Yeah, here we go. We are live. Awesome. Hey, hi, hello. Welcome back to the Fast Renegade Pro Cup Series. Back in action. It's been a little bit since we've seen these guys, but ready to duke it out here on a Sunday night. Playoffs officially underway for this league and this series. Of course, only 7 drivers that made it who were eligible. So no one will be getting eliminated tonight. However, we still got a good race on tap from the Portland International Raceway. Road course action, once again. Of course, we brought some road course races earlier on in the season from Chicago, Watkins Glen as well. Watkins Glen, of course, producing a very, very competitive battle between Randall Coleman and Zach Rogers. Tonight could prove to be the same thing. Josh Moyer's in the field tonight. Could prove to be a factor as well, along with, from what I'm seeing, probably at least nine different drivers in total tonight, possibly 10. We shall find out as qualifying is officially underway. We'll see who the favorite could end up being, but like I said, the definite heavy hitters for this one will definitely be Randall Coleman, Josh Moyer, Zach Rogers, our man Zach. Hoping that everything goes well for him. He was having some technical issues related to the track, so hopefully they do not cause any further issues once the race begins. I am flying solo tonight, so it is just me, and I am fresh off of a day full of nitromethane. Was at Maple Grove Raceway for the eliminations. Awesome day, awesome stuff. Got to go with Alex. Awesome stuff. Awesome, awesome stuff. To anyone, I will always iterate this, to anyone that is a racing fan in any capacity, you have to get to an NHRA drag race with the Nitro cars. There is no other experience like it in the world. TV will never do it justice in a million years. You have to be there to hear and feel it. We definitely saw some crazy moments today as well. To anyone who is curious as to what I'm referring to, just look at what went down between Tony Stewart and Doug Coletta. That is about the main thing you need to know. Matt Hagan had an engine failure that caused some problems. Antron Brown blew up. Ron Capps had to replace a body because he blew up. It was a lot going on. I won't spoil anything beyond that. What a crazy big day at Maple Grove. And am I happy that I was able to be a part of it. Which I guess I will also take that opportunity to send a shout out to the Koretsky family and what they've done for that racetrack. It was not in the best. It was not in the best of places in regards to just its existence and its place still being on the calendar. It very nearly went the way of Bandimere Speedway, but the Koretsky family saved it. Kenny Koretsky and company, and as much as uh, as much as in my family, Kenny Koretsky, a little bit of a meme for a terrible thing, but yeah, so thank you to Kenny and all the Koretskys for what they do for that racetrack. Support your racetracks, everybody. Support your racetracks. I say that, and yet I have not been to my local dirt track yet. I still need to do that. It just completely went to the wayside this year. I'm rambling because qualifying is still going. Of course, it is a road course that allows for 2 laps to be run. So that's kind of what the extended qualifying is going on here. But as it stands right now, Zach is on pole, albeit with a very tight battle for second behind him. Zach Rogers right now with the time of a 1 minute 10.144, has him 7/10 clear of Josh Moyers. Josh Moyers ahead of Randall Coleman. Randall Coleman currently qualified third. Oh, wow, and RJ Bishop in fourth with the 1:10.9. So second through fourth are separated by only 0.04 of a second. At a road course, that's pretty insane. You don't see that too often. Looking like Dunlap will be starting in fifth. John Foreman, Tyler Stallhood be the top 7. Those guys all took lap times. Let's wait for the session to come to a conclusion here, and we will have the full starting results. Couple more seconds here. Thank you to anybody who has tuned in already. And there we go. Also starting tonight will be Corbin Wentz in the 88. I believe first time we've seen him out here. Goodpaster will round out the field unless Bryson Miller returns, although it looks like he may have said, this ain't for me. We've officially started the final 5 minutes for everybody to get properly dialed in, try and establish their pit stalls. Roll notes here, pit road speed 45 miles per hour. 39 laps on tap for tonight, with the stage lengths pretty much splitting the race into thirds. For lap 13, 26, and of course, the race ending 39. Fuel window estimated, or tire window, estimated in the realm of about 18 laps-ish. So 2-stopper, no doubt about it. Unless someone is willing to really push the envelope in terms of what they can try to manage. And another little note about Portland here, of course, to anyone who is familiar, that the Xfinity Series has been here plenty of times. IndyCar has come here as well. And this is indeed that racetrack. So, for any layout reference, that's probably going to be your best bet. 12 turns in total. Of course, the initial first chicane, or bus stop, more so. It's more of a bus stop. And a kind of slow speed section after that. Perfect. Actually, let's go ahead and let's follow Josh Moyers here. So he just went through the bus stop. Turn 4 and 5. And right here should be turn 6, I do believe. And 7. Then this will be turn 8. Essentially just bendy back straightaway. I think I may have missed a corner in there because with it being 12 corners, we were going through the final few now. And the extended final corner there. There's Josh Moyers completing a lap here at Portland International. That bus stop is going to be a trouble spot. I can already tell. I am willing to bet that is exactly where we may see some trouble. If it does indeed occur. Of course, with the way that Fast does their cautions on these road courses, to those who are unfamiliar, cautions are caused by contact. So if you get into someone and send them around, you must call it to the admins, and they will throw the yellow flag. If you do not verbally call it, then there is no way for them to know, and thus, therefore, the race shall go on. With it being a 39 lap race, lap times and about the minute 10s on the initial start of the run, 2 to 3 seconds of fall off to be expected from what I've been told. This should be a relatively shortish race, but still a pretty competitive one, depending on those guys that have proven to be the faster guys will keep their noses clean. For some, if their computer holds together. Only time will tell. As we are just about to get this party started here. The Fast Renegade Pro Cup Series here in Portland, Oregon. A few seconds tick away here. And I will take the opportunity to also mention that Tuesday night we will be back once again. We'll be bringing you guys the Hobo Cup Series as we have been every Tuesday nights. That will be Bristol. So that will definitely be one that you'll want to check out. That'll be a fun one. As I inhale, and apparently my throat decided, nope, not having that. But Bristol's going to be a good one. Of course, Zach will be in the booth for me for that one. So we're really looking forward to that one. Our next Fast broadcast will be October 12th, and that will be the kickoff of broadcasting the final four races for these guys. That will kick off at Las Vegas. We have got us in the race session, so I'm going to hop on and off track so that I don't hold these guys up. Field's starting to take shape. As you see there, 39 laps. Ready for action.
Drivers, start your engines!
And even if it's only 9 drivers, we are still, I think, going to be in for a very competitive showing. Got Zach Rogers, our man there on pole, the number 6. Goose. Josh Myers in that 68 Bush machine. Starting P2. Randall Coleman, the Napa car there in P3 to begin the race. And then the Penske colors for RJ Bishop in the number 12. Bill Pratt 47, John Foreman 70, Tyler Solhood in the 7, 33 Jeff Goodpaster the red car, and of course Corbin Wentz in the Pets.com number 88. Here we go. It is Portland International. When's the last time you saw this race run in an online league? It's going to be a competitive show, and here is the green flag is out. We are racing here in the Fast Pro Cup Series. Just like that, Josh Moyers looking for the race lead is going to take it, but only for the time being. Is RJ Bishop off into the grass? Looks like he's going to be able to hold on to it, keep it out of the wall. But Josh Moyers taking advantage of that outside pole. And for now, be the race leader. Zach's still breathing right down his neck. Come out of the final corner to complete the first lap. And it will be the Goose who will lead the first lap here. And we did have a spinner. That was Stallhood. So he maybe just broke traction there on the final corner. Sent that thing around. And speaking of breaking traction, that is Moyers doing the same thing. And will lose the lead. As well as second and third. He will end up in fourth for now. Although he's going to try to take it back in a hurry here from Donlon and will do so. Man, trying to get on the power coming off of that bus stop. And lit up those rear tires way more than he wanted to. Just about kicked the car around, spinning around, and could have been way worse. Thankfully able to hold on to it. Albeit a little bit of lost time. Randall Coleman. Word is that he's looking to be pretty competitive in this one. Heck, we saw the battle that him and Zach had at Watkins Glen. Randall would certainly like to put an end to Zach's road course dominance this season. As Zach, who will inherit his lead here officially at the stripe, looking to sweep the road courses on the season. Of course, he'll have one more road course to try to get through if he is indeed able to pull it off tonight, and that will be the Roval. I believe that would be the 19th. As a matter of fact, I could actually check that right now just to confirm. Nope, I was mistaken. That race is actually going to be in the round that we are not broadcasting. Three races before the final four that we will be broadcasting here on the channel will be on the 12th, 19th, and 26th, and that will be Vegas, Talladega, and Colorado. That one. And of course, the championship race on November 2nd at Phoenix. Final four, wherever that may be, go for the title. Pretty much full elimination style playoff format here. Although with how many playoff points this guy has in this number 6, he's pretty much guaranteed to make it to Phoenix and go for that championship. But at the same time, and as he has mentioned to me before, all it takes is just one screw up, or not even a screw up, random engine failure or something like that, and next thing you know, it's like, nope, no championship for you. Even though this Liquid Death machine has been the top dog here in the Cup Series this season. Keep up that dominance as we are now on the 4th lap. Randall Coleman, though, keeping him honest, staying right with him. And keeping pretty competitive as well. Josh Moyers after that near disaster. Donlon also sticking with him. The gap remains pretty much consistent up between the top four. Looking further back here, Jeff Goodpaster currently scored P5. Looks like he's doing a good job keeping his nose clean. RJ Bishop after off-track excursion. Currently running 6. John Foreman, not so much. Just went off track there in the second last corner. Looks like he's kind of struggling there, trying to stall it. Of course, we saw him spin already. He's kind of struggling a little bit there, and Corbin Wentz looks like maybe just trying to find his footing. Rogers and Coleman through the first of the real low speed sections here. That's where Coleman seems like he's making up a little bit of ground there. Getting a little closer to the sixes bumper. He's a little closer to him now than he was just a little bit ago. Josh Martin's starting to close as well. Man, it looks like he's starting to come to life here after that near disaster moment. Keep those rear tires under you, though. You can wear those out in a hurry if you keep lighting them up. Through the bus stop here is looks like Corbin Wentz may have had a bit of a moment through there. I saw some smoke, and he is already about to fall that down. Watch out there. Keeps out of the way there. Good job. Get to the outside part of the corners. That was a good play there. John Foreman, I think, may have just called it a race. He is disconnected from the team speak. A rough one there for the number 70. A track that some of these guys have not really seen much before. Certainly make it so that if you're not fully familiar with the layout, all it's going to take is just one little foible, and who knows where you're excursion into. Josh Myers now all over the back of the 9. See if he's going to do anything with that. He's just going to play it safe for the time being. He did run half a second quicker that lap than Coleman. Indianapolis winner that we got to broadcast. Gonna get another W here tonight on the road course. Got 2 guys to pass here, and of course Donlon Pratt's still lurking in there as well. You see him in that 47. Good, very competitive as well, running very similar lap times at about the low 111 realm. Zach Rogers, Randall Coleman both running about mid-11s. These lap times are going to be this time back down to the low 11s. Pretty much all of them. Everybody running much identical lap times, all but within a tenth of a second of each other. Currently lap 8. So depending on kind of how you want to play your strategy here, you could say that you're just shy of the halfway point for this fuel run. Unless you opt to short pit just a little bit. Of course, 5 laps away from stage points being handed out. No caution flag will fly, or when the stage comes to a close. Just keep it going. The points will be distributed accordingly. And if Zach Rogers is able to win this stage, then my goodness gracious, how many points can one man earn? Look at the stats for Zach this season. Utter dominance. I mean, you really can't word it any other way, and that is because, and the fact that I've had the honor of having him in the booth so much, the guy's just damn good. Nothing else you could really say. Randall Coleman, Josh Myers, they are both also damn good in their own right. But you want just all around, just utter pace and patience and just the full package of what you would want in a driver, real life or online. As far as Zach Rogers is the man, all about. He doesn't race in real life. This is what he does, but there's a bit of a send there from Randall. Randall with a bit of a run here. I don't think he's going to quite have enough there, though, to look at sending it. And he thinks better of that. Good play. Go through the final corner once again, clicking these laps off in a hurry. You see, we're coming to lap 10 already out of 39. I did see Tyler Stallhood stopped on pit road a little bit ago. Yeah, there he is. I do believe that he is at least a lap down. Yep, he is a lap down. Corbin Wentz also has retired from the race. We are down to 7 runners, Tyler Stallhood being the last of those. Of course, the top 4 are all under a blanket. Jeff Goodpaster further behind here, but currently running in the top 5. Was actually able to get ahead of RJ Bishop, who's trying to run him back down. Hey, top 5's top 5. Points. Everything to play for. Everything to play for Randall Coleman, who actually just cut that corner a little too close and actually just nicked the wall a smidge. Won't think that's going to hinder him very much. Randall. Are we looking at Watkins Glen Part 2 here tonight? It could very well be possible. As Josh Moyer starts to slip back just a little bit. Right on the tail of the 6. Trying to play with these cameras a little bit. We keep accidentally going forward a camera instead of backward. We're comparing lap times here. Josh just had a moment and has lost 3rd. Donlon Pratt. Wonder what transpired there. You know what? Let's have a quick glance. Make it very, very quick since we're under green at the moment. Oh, he looped it. Overcooks it into the bus stop and a beautiful 360, but not exactly a 360 he wanted to do. Wow. Trying to get a bit too much out of it there. Probably realized, oh shoot, I'm losing time. I need to try something. Which was the end result, unfortunately, and that is not what his rear tires needed. If Goodpaster on pit road, I saw. We will come back out on track. Summon there briefly. Big problem is that I don't know exactly how loud I'm being right now, and that is because thanks to my earplug, I think from the race today, kind of messing up my ear a little bit, and I'm essentially deaf in my right ear at the moment. That's fun. I would go into further detail as to why, but that's kind of gross. We're pretty much inseparable so far as we are nearing the end of this stage. Taking lap 13. Zach Rogers looking good. Getting some more playoff points. More stage points. Randall Coleman keeping him honest there. Those two just ran within 0.02 of a second of each other's lap times. On the Parage, a couple seconds behind, but still running very, very competitive numbers. All 3 of these top 3 ran 1:11.8. Josh Moyers right now got to be thinking, boy, could someone get into someone else call out the yellow flag, that would be wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Starters around the final corner here. That is another stage officially in the bag for that number 6. Still ways to go here. Of course, only a third of the way through. And pit stops will be lingering here very, very soon. It's kind of the luxury of the pit window being what it is that is going to open the door for a multitude of different strategies, as Randall just overcooked it there a little bit. You could short pit and just try to split the race into thirds. You try to go a little bit longer here. Maybe try for like just a fuel only on the final stop. Maybe 2 tires. Or you could take 4 tires if you feel like that could be more prudent for lap time. Just a matter of when you do it. That's what I'm looking forward to here as these pit stops close in, is who's going to do what. That's really all there is to it. Randall does slip back just a little bit that time. Still looking very, very solid. Zach Rogers has lost about a second or so on his personal best. We're 15 laps in, and I can definitely tell Zach is not really pushing the boundaries here too much. Just driving it smart, keeping the tires under him. It's allowed Randall to close a few times, but at the same time, Randall, like right there, we've seen plenty of instances of him pushing it way harder. It's working for him as far as getting close to Zach. How sustainable is that? That's going to be the big question there. Dunlaprat's starting to slip back a little bit. Tires might be starting to go on that 47. Josh Morris, I do believe, has short pitted. We'll see if that undercut could play into his favor. If he'll be able to try to close in on these top 2, or at the very least, try to close back in and maybe even get ahead of Dunlaprat. Try for that 3rd place run. Lap 16 of 39, and Randall is once again on the tail of this number 6. Just lurking, just trying to give Zach something to think about. Zach, though, is probably looking at his mirror going, nah, man. Checking on the rest of the field here once I know that these pit stops will be completed. Let's see, anybody get a bite yet? Nope. Neither of them. Brad also staying out. RJ Bishop currently promoted to 4th place after that pit stop for Josh Moyers. So far, seen about 2 seconds of drop off. Both these guys running now mid to high 12s. That last lap, goodness gracious, there's Coleman getting in there again. Coleman's got him on entry, let me tell you what. Getting awfully close. Play it patient for the time being. Dust there. Oh goodness. So may have eaten tires. Oh, don't tell me it was Josh. Oh my gosh, I think it was Josh. I'm gonna have to confirm this. Let me see. Get just the right point here. Let's see. Josh runs wide. Can't save it. Oh. Ugh. Boink. Said that's enough. He was gonna save it for sure, but I think at that point he was like, okay, this ain't working. So Josh Moyer is now out of the race as well. Fortunately, joining John Corbin and Corbin Wentz on the trailer. This guy's staying out. Perhaps we may be seeing a one-stopper here after all. And the Brad's still out there as well. A very competitive lap time for the 47. If he can try to somehow undercut these guys, really all these guys need to do is, I mean, honestly, they could probably pit this time and it should be good. Zach definitely backed off a good bit. That last lap ran at 114. I'm just going to take a brief glance at the full standings here. I think Jeff Goodpaster may have disconnected. Oh, man, we are down to just 6. 5, rather. Yeah, only 5. 5 runners left. But 3 of them are still quite close together. It's considered 5 seconds apart. These two stay out yet again, so that will confirm it. That this will be a one-stopper as Donlon of Going to take the undercut advice here and opt to come in. Pack that thing as full of fuel as he can. Try and ensure that he'll be able to make it to the finish. Hey, even with this 1 lap difference, that could help him out and maybe try to close the gap. Maybe try to get competitive with these two. Dunn emerges from pit road. Bishop, I believe, is also pitted. Some of his personal best lap times. Big warp for him there, but running 4th currently in the 12. You know, yep. Yeah, I saw that coming. You guys are going to bring it in. Zach being very aggressive coming on there. Randall Coleman a little more conservative. So now we know. This is the money stop. Gotta get it just right. Randall being a little more conservative. Did Zach Rogers get it down to speed and time? We were Stallhood on by. His lap back. These guys going to accelerate off. There's Dunn. Oh my goodness! Big gain there for the 47. The undercut strategy working out big time for Dunn, at least so far. See if he's able to maintain that speed. Randall slipping back a little bit. That 9 is bad fast, so we could definitely see him get back up there and try to mix it up. Well, at this point in the race, over 20 laps in, and the top 3 after pitting, all pretty well on top of each other here. There they are, the same straightaway. Don't see that too often on green flag road courses here. We've done the Proud with a proper lap time that we can judge off of there, and he ran a 1:11.6 that lap. His best being a 1:11.0, so kind of the standard pace that you would expect. Roman's still trying to find a way to close in there, but right now Zach's looking awfully good. Stallhead still 5th, RJ Bishop 4th. He's running pretty solid lap times himself. Probably could have been up there in a little better shape if he didn't have that one moment where he went off. Very early in the going. Caution did not save him, unfortunately. At this rate, it is looking highly unlikely that we will get a caution. Again, the only scenario that could bring that out would be a verbally called contact incident. And I know these guys, they're going to do everything they can to not hit each other. At least you wouldn't think so. On the Prad, 2/10 slower than Zach that lap. Going a second, or a 10th of a second faster. Coleman actually with the fastest lap of the race so far. Has that honor with a 1:10.853 to Zach's 10.894. You guys are catching Tyler Stallhood. Put him back a lap down. Dunn ended up losing some time there through the low speed section. How did this go off? Oh, yeah, he did. And that car looks a little worse for wear as well. These road courses, man, they are brutal no matter where you go. Especially to one that is a little unfamiliar. Right about 10th of a second slower that lap. And he'll come under with a 1:10.9. So he's chipping. He's chipping away very, very gradually. As it stands, he is 2 seconds back. On the Proud being about a second back. Of course, if Randall is going to have any chance at winning this race, getting it away from Zach, he's going to have to pass that 47 first. And Dunn ain't going to give that up laying down, that's for sure. Let's see, as we are coming up to the conclusion of this stage here in a couple laps' time. Taking lap 25 of 39. Do another comparison here. Zach Rogers, another 11.0. And the Proud an 11.3. Oh, the wrong button. That's what was happening. And oh my. 1:10.619. Got the Rey Mysterio going there for Randall Coleman. But, oh boy. 4/10 close that time. Roger, he's going to look at that and go, oh, uh-oh. Again, he's got to get by this 47 first. And it looks like he may have slipped up just a little bit there. Some more dust. He kicked up. That may have been RJ. RJ is really slow, and I think he's just going to let these guys go. Again, courtesy play as Zach Rogers runs a 110 of his own, albeit a 993. First up, as we're done, the Pratt 932. And yeah, Randall did lose a bit there in 11.7. As stage 2 comes to a close. Zach Rogers remaining out in familiar territory, and that is out front at a road course. As we enter the final third of this race, and around 13 laps to go. And we take the stripe this time by. Look up there from the 47. All three of these guys pushing hard. With them aiming for that one stopper, though, you gotta keep some rubber under you for this final bit. If you burn them up now, then you're going to be in a world of pain. As we saw these guys losing about 2.5 to 3 seconds by the time they had to come down pit road. Randall Coleman, oh boy, he just made up that lost time there. He's with a 1:10.5.16. Qualifying laps out of that number 9. I think that is actually faster than his qualifying lap. I think he ran an 8. He is now right on the tail of Don LaPrade. And he's got to run and he's going to take it with the inside lane to his advantage through this curved straightaway. He is now unleashed. Try to run down this 6. Does he have enough time? Does he have enough tire? Try and do so. Zach Rogers out front. Zach's catching Tyler Stallhood here. Compromises entry just a little bit. Stallhood into the grass. Oh my goodness, that thing looks even worse. Hey, he's keeping it going. Hey, we had all 5 cars in the shot there. Hey, keep it going. You never know what you could play for there. Heck, he's going to finish top 5. It's the closest on track that these 5 have been since they've been down to 5. Let's see what the lap times are going to be this time. We're coming to 11 laps to go here at Portland. Zach Rogers at the stripe. 11.9. Randall Coleman. 1:11.3. 6/10 closed. Gap currently a 1.5 seconds. Don LaPrade looking pretty well to lock up 3rd place here as long as he keeps it on the racetrack. Of course, all these guys are a lap ahead of RJ Bishop. 2 laps ahead of Tyler Stallhood. Both those guys pretty much on their own lap. They're just trying to finish this thing out as Coleman kicks it around a little there. Trying to get every bit that he can out of that Napa machine. 10 laps to go this time by. Once again, we will take a look at the lap times. Zach Rogers this time. Ooh, finds the speed again, 11.0 to Coleman's 11.2. Back with the green colors this time. As Stallhood has trouble. Boy. Oh goodness. Not a very fun time for the X-Side machine. He's still going. Take a lick and keep on ticking. Time around, 9 laps to go. Zach Rogers, Liquid Death Machine. And oh, he's got it turned up now. He just ran his personal best. 10.8. Coleman also with a 10.8. Yet remains unchanged. Just watch this out of this 6 car. I'm just going to watch it for a lap here because I'm telling you one thing and one thing right now. Smooth. Smooth, unwavering, undaunted. He just keeps this thing hooked up. You hardly see him kicking the rear end out. You hardly see him making any hard pulls into the corner. That's the thing. He runs these fast lap times, and yet he's not aggressive about it. He gets the corner a little bit there, but yeah, that's just the nature of the corner there. Randall Coleman, you can tell he's pushing. You can visibly see it. And sure, he is making the lap times. He is hauling the mail. Well, but there he closed 2/10. That gap is just seesawing and averaging out, and remaining at about a second and a half. And the Pratt has fallen back. Nearly 4.5 seconds behind these two. Yeah, it's looking like that Lazarus, number 47, should be able to lock up this third place position, assuming nothing happens to either of these two. The race that's going to go by here rather quickly. You can visibly see Randall closing a little bit. Of course, catching him is one thing, passing him is a whole another thing. Got to get up to him first. Just keep an eye on those lap times as we've been doing. An 11.1 to a 10.8, so 3/10 knocked out there. I can't believe these guys are still running these lap times at this point in the run. These tires have been on the cars now for a hot minute. Tires are at least 12, 13 laps old. They're still somehow finding lap time. Give them credit. There's no way that I could maintain this kind of speed. I like to consider myself at least a half reasonable road course racer. Because these guys pitted on lap 20 coming to 21, so fuel is not going to be any question mark whatsoever. Oh yeah, Randall visibly closing. What's the times this time? 11.4 11-0. Another 4/10. He is now within a second. It's 8/10. That's some more smoke. Oh, um, I think I'm gonna leave Tyler alone. Anytime that we check on that poor number 7, there's slightly more missing from the car. And he's seeing this thing out, and I love it. We're gonna see out this battle here, though. We've got 6 laps to go. And Randall Coleman chipping away at Zach's lead. Randall, being the head honcho of this league, is going, I am tired of you dominating these road courses. Get out of here with that. Let me have one. Randall, he is going to try for it. Again, we'll check on the lap times here. Oh, yeah. Zach's 11.5. Randall's 11.0. Randall's there. Randall is absolutely there. He's been able to send it through these low speeds. I think we're at the point in the race now with 5 laps to go. He's not going to be so courteous if the run comes to him like he was in the first run. Or this could be Zach just toying with him. It could be Zach just saying, I'm going to let him catch me, save my tires, and I'm going to take off like a bat out of hell. Right now, Randall's the one that's doing that. Round to 4 laps to go. Here at Portland, and once again, just like Watkins Glen, we've got the potential for a barn burner. The dogfight between these two. Very, very well on the cards. If things get ugly, then the crowd will be ready to soak it all up. Randall, at this point, main priority just has to be stick with him. Don't make any mistakes. Don't make any unforced errors that will... Ooh, kind of like that one. Ooh, he overcooked that one. Ooh, he cooks up the rear end, too. That is what you can't do. You gotta just stick with him. And you gotta just keep it smooth. Again, just watch Zach unfazed, undaunted, and not changing anything. He's not driving any more frantically. Certainly driving hard, but that smoothness is still there that I was talking about. Here we go, 3 laps to go. Randall's still definitely close enough. He's got to put a couple of corners together. Try and get some kind of a run and then try to outbrake him. Oh, that's RJ Bishop off the track. Oh, look out. He's not going to interfere with these two. Thankfully, he does not. This is part of the track that Randall's been very, very good. There you go. Nails that one very well. Gets on the gas nicely. Definitely not over yet between these two for the race win. Got 2 laps to go when they cross the stripe here very shortly. In a caution-free race. Once again, these two coming down to it. But will the result be the same? Or will Randall actually manage to take it this time? Tough puff of tire smoke. It's been a long day, everybody. And again, I'm deaf in my right ear right now, so this is especially proving difficult. And there it is. There's Randall closing in. This is his strong point. But he's got to get the run off of this corner that he's been getting earlier on in the race. Little kick out there for Zach. Randall trying to cut as much distance through that corner as he can. Ooh, how brave is he going to be? Both guys keep it clean and under wraps. We're coming around to the white. 1 lap to go at Portland International. White flag in the starter's hand. Zach Rogers looking to sweep the road courses and continue his dominance. Randall's not done yet with him. Ooh. Again, coming through Randall's strong suit here. This will be his final chance coming off of, it's that turn 6, I believe. 6 or 7. And coming through here. Here's Randall's best chance. Tries to get to him. Will he bump him? Ooh, Zach defensive. Could give Randall a run here. Oh, he lights up the rears just a smidge. That could do it in. But he's close. He's close. Is he going to send it? Now they both sent it in pretty hard there. Oh, Zach a little over the curbs. Through the final corner here at Portland. Zach holds on to the car. And his road course dominance continues. At Portland, he gets it done. Once again, holding off Randall Coleman to do it. Even though Randall, props to him, closed in 2.5 to make that battle possible. Some blistering laps again with a 10.5 being the fastest lap of the race, hands down. Once again, these two have put on a show on one of these road courses. A little bump there that sends 6 around. That's a caution. No, I'm just kidding. Liquid Death number 6. Going back to familiar territory. Back home to Victory Lane. And the man that will help see me through the Hobo Chase. Starting at Bristol in 2 days. And after that, I'll be back again the following Tuesday for Hobo. In between now and then, it is louder than lifetime. I cannot wait for that. Y'all stay tuned for that. I'm hoping to show that to you guys. Coming to the start-finish line. Tries to light it up here. There he goes. Lights him up beautifully. Beautiful driving job. Again, you watch it, and you just know that you are witnessing someone that knows a thing or two about just keeping a clean race car, not being fazed by pressure, and being in that position many times. Congrats to Zach on continuing his dominance. He wins it yet again. Official margin of victory, just under 0.3 of a second. You can't get much closer than that at a road course that went 39 green flag laps. awesome to see. Those two are impeccable. Donlon will emerge third, as predicted. RJ Bishop, Tyler Stallhood in the top five. Retired from the race. What a rough one there for Josh Moyers. He could have easily been up there as well, but just a few mistakes would end up doing him in. He'll finish sixth. Jeff Goodpaster disconnected. John Foreman, Corbin Wentz. The full results. Again, bit of a barn burner here on the road course between Randall Coleman and Zach Rogers. They've done it again. Maybe not quite as hard of a dogfight as Watkins Glen was, but close. As well, Randall never quite got alongside Zach. He had plenty of opportunities where, if he wanted to, the chrome horn could have come out. But those guys respect each other enough that that's not how they want to do it. Plus, it wouldn't be a good look for Randall to do it in his own league, you know? No, I'm just playing. It's just hard racing when you get right down to that point. But hey, awesome race. Caution free. That was good. That was good fun. Go ahead and see who we can get some words with. I think I'm going to sneak Mr. Dunlap down here first, our third place finisher.
User was moved to your channel.
Dunlap, our P3 finisher. Do you copy, my friend?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hey man, you were able to keep it up there with those two for the most part. Fortunately, kind of fell back there on that final run, but still a third place effort. Was there anything more that you had in that machine to try to keep it up there with the top two?
Nope, I just suck. I just have a massive skill issue. A good first half, and then I don't know what it is. I just can't keep up with them in the back half of the run. You know, a lot of these road courses, so it's kind of everywhere for me. So had to figure that one out. But been just try to stay there, and hopefully that both of them make a mistake or something like that. And on unfortunately, Josh made a mistake, and I was able to get by. I mean, I hate it for him. I'd rather not win it that well, not win, but rather not beat him out of that way for sure. Yeah, just been a quiet night. Just been a not one of my favorite tracks to race on. I don't think I've ever raced here. I think I've only raced here one time. I don't remember doing that well, so a little bit of a refresher, but yeah, I mean, overall, third place. I mean, given the circumstances, I'll take that. And plus, I've been on new pedals as well. So, I mean, it's making a little bit of difference, but I mean, it's not like competitive enough to stay with them from start to finish like that. So, uh, yeah, I mean, just the third place is the best that I can muster after all of that.
Hey, yeah, third place, considering, yeah, like you said, a very unfamiliar track to you. Pedals that are certainly going to feel different. I guess I'll just ask you about the track as well. Some long straights there, but a lot of low speed corners, but at the same time corners that seem like you could really send it into. Uh, just kind of tell me what's like driving a track like this, especially when it's unfamiliar to you, and just how you try to go about it.
The biggest thing for me is figuring out what my limits are at this track because it felt like that Randall and Zach were much more better at taking more, diving in or going in the braking zones later than I was able to. And I tried to replicate what they were doing, and I, locked up the brakes one time in practice, I think, or something like that. So, uh, yeah, that's just kind of a lot of log straights at this track. Um, a lot of heavy braking zones as well, quite a few of them actually. So yeah, it was just trying to, save your stuff for the finish and just survive, really. On a track like this, and he really eats up your tires for sure. So,
Yeah, survival. Survival's always a big one. We saw, yeah, a lot of guys not finish, and then just ask Tyler Stallhood how much of his car was left when he finished. But hey, credit to him for finishing. But for you, though, my friend, you kept it clean, even if you weren't able to stick with those guys through the end. Still, a run to be proud of, no less, given the circumstances, especially. So, well done. Of course, anytime that we do get you up here, we'll give you the floor for any closing thoughts and shoutouts. So, you may have at it, my friend, whatever you want.
well, first of all, congrats to Zach. Congratulations to Zach Rogers on the win. Shout out to you for broadcasting the race. Shout out to Randall Coleman for the league. Shout out to everyone who raced tonight. Shout out to everyone watching at home, and shout out to everyone for making me a better driver, as the usual.
Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But well done, my friend. We look forward to seeing you again when we come back to you guys for the round of 8.
Yep, thank you.
Brad P3
User was moved out of your channel.
running my number. No, I'm just kidding. I do run the 47. I believe that brings us to the league admin himself, Mr. Randall Coleman. Let me get him here next.
User was moved to your
And there
channel.
he is. Randall Coleman, head of this whole deal. Randall, do you copy?
I got you.
Yeah, it was 3/10 all but at the finish, but you closed a second and a half. You gave everything that you had. There were points that I swear you were gonna break out the chrome horn, but thought better of it. But just talk me through running as hard as you were, as fast as you were. Ran a 10.5, which is pretty stellar for race pace. Yeah, talk me through pushing it as hard as you were to try to catch Zach.
Yeah, so we came out pit road together there, and lost a little bit of time. He went into pit road. I didn't exactly know you could slow down by the second line. I thought it was the first line, so I had to beat myself up over that. So I knew I had to gain some ground a little bit. So Dunn kind of came out and split the gap between me and Zach. But I knew that Dunn was going to have to start saving. He wasn't going to be able to make it all the way to the end. So I kind of used him a little bit once I got up to him to use a little bit of draft, especially on the backstretch, to try to gain some time. But yeah, we started to try to drive it in a little bit deeper once we got by him to try to catch Zach. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure that once we caught him, that unless he messed up, I don't think we would have got by him because we were a little bit loose on the rears in those last couple laps, and kind of had to be really, really careful with the type of move you could make or whatnot. Um, During turn 4, I think on the last lap, I thought I might have had a shot at him, uh, but he ran a really good line there to defend, and you never want to wreck your teammate, so you don't want to push that envelope there. But overall, it was a good race for us. We was able to, like you said, close that gap on him a little bit. And stay there at the end. And, almost kind of like the same thing from Watkins Glen. Only this time I wasn't in the lead, losing the lead. I was in second, trying to race him to get back up there.
Yeah, yeah, I was saying it was very familiar seeing both the 9 and the 6 going at it for the race win on a road course. I will ask you this because this question just popped in my mind. When it came to that one and only pit stop, I was thinking that it was almost certainly going to be a two-stopper. You guys got all the way to lap 20. Were you guys stretching it that far? Were you saving it all during the first run, or was it pretty well easy to split it in half like that?
No, we were definitely we were communicating with each other about making it, seeing how far we could make it if we could make it. Um, and I don't know how much you were actually watching us or what we were doing, but on the backstretch, I would start clutching down the backstretch right before you get to
Hmm.
the other turns. I guess that's turn 6, I think maybe. I don't know exactly how they count the turns here. Um, But I think down the straightaway, once you get to the straightaway and you get to that turn, I would get back into gas there because I was afraid. That I would spin myself if I kept in the clutch. And I think Zach was clutching down through that area. So that allowed me to catch him in those turns. But, for the most part, I was clutching on the backstretch. He was clutching in that turn. And we were able to maintain. But, yeah, it got really close there. When we hit pit road, my light was on. It was screaming at me. Um, and that's also kind of the reason why I kind of went slow because I was afraid I was going to run out. So it was very tight, but once we got to that pit stop, we knew we would be able to make it to the end. So that also allowed me to kind of push it a little bit harder there once we got past done.
Oh, that's interesting to know. Okay, yeah, that explains the yeah, kind of the drop off of pace there, but why you guys were able to maintain such good speed there in the second run. So hey, that answers all that one. So, but no, man, regardless, glad to be proud of it once again, just with closing in as much as you did. I know you said you don't want to get into a teammate, but no temptation, even just a little bit, to use the chrome horn.
No, not on a track like this. Unfortunately, you hit someone here and spin them around, they're going to lose tons of time, and you don't want to wreck anybody really, but especially like I said, your teammate, you don't really want to get into. But it would have been nice to win it, that's for sure. As you know, we talked about it last time you were on here that I loved racing at this road course. This is one of my favorite ones. Last year I didn't get to race in it because I lost power
Mm.
at my house. So I think we were lap 2 or no, we were about lap 10, 11 in. I was leading the race and the power completely went out and it didn't cut back on until like the next morning at 5 a.m. So that one was kind of disappointing. So, and then I think 2 years ago, me and Nick Gunther had a really good race and I blew it in turn 4. I drove it in too deep, downshifted in the first, and spun myself out, and wound up finishing second. So 2 races I got to run here, finished second both races. So hopefully here at some point we'll get a win.
You got to stop the road course ace himself there, but if you gave him a run for his money again, you keep it up with that. You'll get him one of these times.
We hope so.
Before we let you go, though, of course, getting the top 3. Certainly feel free to give us any closing thoughts or really anything that you'd like.
Yeah, well, obviously I want to give a shout out to you for coming in here doing this race again. I don't know if Zach's got you doing anything else down the end of the season or not, but if not, I appreciate you coming in and doing the races that you've done this season. Uh, you know, obviously I'm gonna go back after the race is over and everything, and it's all published. I'm gonna go back and watch it myself and see. I want to give a shout out to everybody who came out to race tonight. It wasn't a very big crowd. We usually haven't had numbers towards the end of the season with the playoffs coming around, but hopefully next season we got a lot of stuff coming to hopefully make the racing better, make the seasons a little bit seasons, as I should say, a little bit better to draw more interest into getting people over here to race. Um, you know, we got a lot of stuff coming up that we're going to be talking about for this league. But I want to give a shout out to Zach. He ran a heck of a race. Like I said, fortunately, I wish the role was reversed and we'd be talking to you in victory lane instead of him. But it is what it is. Um, a good run for Dunn tonight. I know he had to save fuel there towards the end, but he had a really good run. Tyler sticking around, surviving, getting that top 5. RJ sticking around, getting 4th. That's a lot of what road courses are about is surviving, being able to survive and then getting those really decent finishes. I know that's going to help him and Tyler, at least in the playoffs. Zach's got another bonus point coming his way for the end of the season. But I want to give a shout out to my girlfriend. We just got back from vacation yesterday, so she let me get on here a little bit earlier today and practice a little bit to try to get back in rhythm. So I think she's upstairs now, probably in bed already sleeping. So hopefully she don't yell at me too much. But yeah, just thanks to everybody who's out there watching. And on to the next one.
On to the next one. And I do have good news, at least there's a plan at the moment, is I will be doing the final 4 races of the season. I think it's what Zach had said, so I'll be around a little bit.
Sounds good.
Looking forward to it, man. But yeah, for anyone watching, if you're interested, you run over here fast. This guy's your man right here. Let Randall know. Reach out to him, and he'll get you hooked up. Randall, though, great run tonight, and we'll look forward to seeing what you're able to do later on in the playoffs.
Thanks, sir.
User was moved out of your
Randall
channel.
Coleman, the head honcho himself. A very, very great effort in trying to catch and pass this guy, but was not successful.
User was
get
moved to
yanked.
your channel.
Whoopsie doodle.
Hi.
Hi. You're a familiar face in here now, ain't you?
Who, me?
Yes, you, good sir, because not only do you join me a lot for Hobo, and I'm looking forward to having you again on Tuesday, but gosh darn it, you're good. I mean,
No.
I was raving over just how smooth and unflappable you look out there. But
Not at the end.
that's I was thinking, and be real with me here. You know Randall's getting to you. You know that he's closing in on you. What what's the mentality at that point of just trying to keep yourself looking forward, not backwards?
It was really hard to do because every time we went through turn, I think it's 5 to 7, I was worried about my game crashing. As I had told you pre-race, I was having issues. We went the whole race, no problems, which was great, but it didn't matter. Like in the moment, every lap we go through that section, I'm holding my breath, and I'm like less focusing on my marks and more focusing on like, is it going to crash? Is it going to freeze? Like what's going to happen here? And then I knew Randall had to push a little because he came out of pits about 2.5 behind me. Looking back at the lap times, he actually didn't have to push too much to get by done. And I was just kind of chilling until I think 9 to go. I started to go a little bit, and he just kept catching and closing and closing. And I'm like, what the heck do I got to do to maintain a gap on this guy? And it didn't help. I screwed up the last corner, I think 2 laps in a row, lost probably about a second, just overshooting it. I was using too much throttle and not enough brake when I was trail braking in the last section, a few laps there at the end, and that didn't help at all. But I was just getting perplexed. I was like, man, he did the same thing to me at Canadian Tire back in May. It was like he somehow is able to save his rears that teeny bit more, which makes sense to me because I am pretty bad at saving my rear tires. Even now, like I'm better than I was at the beginning of the year, but I'm still like not the greatest at saving the rears. So Randall's got that going for him on the roadies this year. If he just would stop breaking gears and wrecking at all the other ones, he probably would be behind me at the end of every one of these things. He's been right there. This is, I think, the 4th one now. He was there at the end of Chatham. He was there at the end of Canadian Tire, Watkins Glen, and now tonight. So he is not looking forward to the Roval. I can tell you that much. I am.
Hey, we got just one more road course to go.
I'm going to sweep them all if I can help it.
You want to sweep them, and
I
think you got a good chance at it.
I kind of want to be able to just say, like, yeah, I won every road course race this year. Who cares about the championship?
I mean, I'll ask you this. I don't think I've ever asked you this directly. Would you say that you're able to pinpoint anywhere that makes road courses so good for you in particular?
Like how I drive?
Like, yeah, do you feel like you have an edge over everybody else, or is it just something that seems to click for you in a way that it's just a track that just suits your driving style?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just the way I've always driven this sim. Like it works on the road courses. when you lift off the throttle to like 50% in the middle of the corner and you like hit it, then lift back, hit it, lift back, hit it, lift back. I call it pedaling. Some people say it's like hitting the light switch. You're not really turning the light switch all the way off. You're kind of like turning it down halfway and then putting it back up repeatedly in like the span of maybe a second. That helps rotate the rear end through the corner. If you do it right, you don't heat up the rear tires as much. If you do it wrong, you heat up the rears a lot and you might end up just spinning out. And then I feel like I do a really good job trail braking and then making sure there's enough throttle when I go to downshift to like rev match a little bit to prevent the rears locking up, which at the end there, I think my left front kept locking up and that was annoying too. But I'd say, yeah, ultimately the trail braking I feel like is what makes me as fast as I can be. And then I just know where to like you want the wheel to be straight when you step on it. Because if you're turning too much the way you're going, the front end doesn't grip. The front end just like goes straight. So you have to like hit the gas while you're turning and then like quickly get the wheel mostly straight. And like depending on the track, obviously you want to not. If it's like a low grip track like Game Track Infineon, like you do that, but you want to not be full throttle when you do that, because you will obviously shred the rears and spin. So it honestly, all of it culminates together, allowing me to be as fast as I am. But I think the trail braking is important for anybody who wants to start to get really good on road courses. You have to have the trail braking down, like to a finesse level.
That is actually good to know as well. Me and my penchant for road courses as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you go watch my hot lap videos I think I have hot laps for Game Watkins Glen, Game Infineon, the new Sonoma that Area 23 did that has not been put on the website quite yet. Also Watkins Glen 2011, like all of those, there's a ton of trail braking going on. And if you just watch the way I get back in the throttle and what I do with the wheel, like it all kind of speaks for itself. At that point, it's just figuring out like how to do what I'm doing, and that takes time.
All in the field and all in practice. But right now, though,
I actually want to interject real quick. I don't know if you could tell. I did tell you it was a 2-stop, and then I was looking at my gas on like lap 7, and I'm like, actually, this might be a 1-stop. So that's why Raylan and I started slowing down a lot there. The last 3 laps of the first stint, we made it 20 laps on gas, which was great. And then we were able to just kind of chill for like the first half of the run, and then we went hard at the end. But I wasn't able to get my signature straightaway burnout going, because even after I did the one quick donut to go, I was already down at like 1 pound of gas.
Oh.
So I couldn't get any rev in it.
I was asking him about that, and I was thinking, oh yeah, they did make the 1-stop work. Was it that sketchy? And he said, yeah, it was pretty sketchy. There was some clutching involved. So I totally missed the clutch, and I don't know how I didn't see that, but that does make sense with how much the lap times really fell off.
The Fast EXE shows all suspension travel, so you don't see the car dip when you clutch. That's the effect of the like it's so the Fast EXE is the Melon EXE. So if you have the Melon EXE, it does the same thing. But if the server doesn't use the Melon EXE, like you would see it like normal, that we're like used to seeing it from 5 years ago, where like the car's like riding at a certain height, then the guy clutches and the whole car dips, and you can tell. Otherwise, like you have to listen to like, is the car quiet? Is he clutching? Like you have to listen. I remember when RTG was able to get the Malin EXE into their server so that they could do all the extra stuff with the yellows and black flags and stuff. And the first race that they did a broadcast, Seth and Flatout, Seth and Michael, they were wondering like, oh, are the cars driving different on the track? Is something different with the setup? Because it looks like they're bouncing. And I'm like, that's the EXE. It's showing all the suspension travel. versus the cars being rigid like their AI. So that's a big thing to like remember when you're running in a server with the CXE is you're going to see all the suspension travel. You're not going to just see guys be rigid.
All the cool stuff that still improves this game with as old as it is. That is super duper cool when you get right down to it.
I mean, it's probably going to take somebody else coming in to improve the EXE anymore, but I think Tyler got it to like the best it can probably get. Like, I think he did a really good job with his EXE updates. I mean, he made 16 of them. Like this, what we're running is the last 16th update that he did. And, you know, I don't know if you could get much better than this. If there was anything else he was really looking to do, I'm kind of speaking for him here, but I'm pretty sure that he has no future interest in improving it anymore. But I appreciate all the updates he did.
Oh, hey, same here. I'm sure the same goes for a lot of folks out there. Thank you to everybody who continues to improve this game in various different ways, whether through EXEs, mods, tracks, you name it. We appreciate you. But Zach, I will say this, that hey, if you're continuing your road course dominance and you're pretty much watching the world burn when you do it, but at the same time it's turning you into a very popular monster, if you ask me.
Ha ha ha.
I had to.
We're going to let everyone figure that one out. We're not going to say what we're talking about with that.
Someone will get it. Someone better get it.
Someone might get it. All I'll say is fall in reverse. Figure it out.
Well, you just kind of give it away. But
No. I didn't say what fall in reverse is. They can figure it out from there.
Oh, yeah, true.
You got to watch the world burn and become the popular monster. So
become the popular monster. And when you become the popular monster, your name becomes Ronald.
Oh, yes. And then you got the voices in your head.
And I think that's about the extent of my knowledge. But what I do know is, since you were on the receiving end of this interview, your closing thoughts and shoutouts, good sir.
Yeah, well, first off, not to stroke my own ego here or anything, but I am now continuously, well, not continuously. I have not won a race this month so far. We're 14 days deep, and I have won every race I've done. Some of those wins don't count to my win list because Bomb Squad's in their off season, but I am undefeated this month, and if we go back a week into August, I have won 11 straight. So 7 of those this month, 11 straight overall, which is ridiculous to me. I never would have dreamed 10 years ago that I would be able to win 11 races in a row across multiple leagues and different talent groups and whatnot. Fixed setup and open setup. You know, I got the wins from Sunday now, 3 weeks in a row. I got a win at Mondays to Thunder last week on Monday. That's a fixed setup win. And then Fuel on Wednesday and Bomb Squad on Thursday are both open setup cup wins. So MOT is running Kentucky tomorrow, which is a really fun but competitive cup physics track that they got. So it'll be very difficult to continue the streak into tomorrow, but I kind of hope it ends because 10 in a row was all I really wanted. And but September seems to be the most popular month for me. This was actually my 40th win in September across the 10 years I've been doing this, which is the most wins out of any month for me. October and then some of the summer months are close. They're in the 30s, but this is by far, like, you might as well, another nickname for Trey Wright, if he's out there listening, call me Mr. September, because I was it Harry Gant that they called Mr. September? I think it was. I'm pretty sure those that out there might know. I think it was Harry Gant that won like 4 races in a row in September one year in Cup back in the day in NASCAR. So I'm just riding this high. All these paint schemes that I'm winning in are Cody Llama's paint schemes. So maybe it's the power of the llama that fuels my victories. I don't know, but I got Llama working on a project for me. Stay tuned for that maybe in the next few months. And got to thank you for doing this. I know you were solo tonight, but there wasn't much going on other than really like the fuel saving and at the end. So I think you had a pretty relaxing night. Looking forward to Tuesday. We're doing Bristol. Mac Daddy was actually asking me about a Bristol setup the other night. So we'll see if he was able to get anything from my setup or if him and those guys will go a different direction with what they're working on. But got to thank Randall, of course, for the league and everyone who shows up, including Josh Moyers, another teammate of ours at Revolution. And yeah, might not have you do the full round of 8, might just have you do the elimination race and the finale, because I don't know if I want to shell out the price it costs for 8-car fields, 2 extra races, but we'll see. There is still going to be 7 of us, most likely, when we get to the last that last round of 3 races. So yeah, thanks, man.
And thank you. And a big congrats to you. Of course, just keep me posted on whatever we want to do going forward. Obviously, I'm open to it, but hey, regardless, we're just going to put on a show for those watching, just getting the word out about NR. We just have fun with it. That's what I'm here for. That's why I'm the discount guy. But seriously, though, man, great win, great job, and looking forward to having you up in the booth again on Tuesday.
Yeah, right on, man. Just real quick for the fans at home that might be watching, if we were to do the entire final round, it might be worth it after all. Talladega is in the final round, so I think we would get at least a 15-car field for Talladega, even though like half the field won't be in the playoffs. I think we'll get some guys to show up for Talladega. So, but it's Vegas, Talladega, Colorado for the final round, and then we go to Phoenix. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll be in touch.
Yeah, we'll be in touch. And to anyone who is watching, come out and race Talladega. Get those numbers up. It'll be a good time.
Yeah. So the next round we got is New Hampshire, which I won last year. Kansas, which I did not run last year and had a terrible time at 2 years ago. And then we got the Roval, which I won at last year. So we'll see how it goes. I'm still trying to win 5 in a row in this league, and this might be my last chance here if I can get the next 2 races won. We'll see.
Anything's possible. Best of luck on that one, my friend. And enjoy tonight, though. You've earned it.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
User was moved out of your channel.
Our man, Zach. Doing it again. And winning no matter what. Well, I'm going to call it a night here myself. I'm going to try to resolve whatever the heck is going on with my ear and get some sleep, because I could tell that between both just the nitro fumes, my ear, and all the walking around I did today, I'm exhausted. I was very delirious. I cannot believe that I was as coherent as I was during this broadcast, because I did not feel it. But hey, it helps when you got Zach Rogers and Randall Coleman putting on a good show that they did. Of course, props to everybody who did race tonight. Yeah, I know the card counts aren't quite what they used to be over here at Fast, but hey, Randall's still putting on a good operation. He's putting a lot of work into this, and hopefully these streams are able to help get the word out a little bit. And next season could be even bigger and better. That's always the hope. But hey, you got some elite drivers over here, like Rogers, like Randall, like Moyers. It's a good group over here. So come on out, check it out. Check out the Fast Racing League and the Fast Renegade Pro Cup Series. A lot going on here for these next couple months, and then on into next year. But until Tuesday night, when we see everybody back here for the Hobo Cup Series at Bristol, I will say good night to everybody. Congrats to Zach Rogers on the win. And congrats to Sean Reed on winning Top Fuel. I'm going to say it. Spoiler alert. Even though I already spoiled it. But, oh my goodness, Sean Reed winning Top Fuel after what he went through. That is awesome. Hollywood could not have scripted that. I hope they scripted it, though. That would be an incredible movie. So, Hollywood, get on that. We'll see everybody at Bristol. Until then, a good evening, all.